Hey, how's everything going? I hope everybody's doing all right. Man, I was watching this movie the other day. I've been on vacation for a little bit, and hope you guys are having a good New Year so far. I mean, 2024. But I watched a series on Netflix called The Brother's Son. The Brother's Son. If I had this rope in my hand, I'd give it a round of applause because this got 8 episodes. Now, you know, a lot of us is getting back from Christmas break and getting ready to get back into the groove of working. But while I was off, it was late at night. Now I was looking at this. This got Michelle Yeoh in it. And we all people here in America know who Michelle Yeoh is. She's been around for a while. But I looked at it. I said, the brother's son. So I played the trailer, and the trailer looked pretty good. This got 8 episodes. I'll read the plot synopsis and then we'll go from there. A family emergency sends a ruthless killer from Taiwan to L.A. Cash-strapped Bruce takes a new gig when a crisis erupts. Brothers reunite. Now, this has 8 episodes. Now I know I butchered some of the stuff, tempeh or taipei or something like that. It's Taiwan, but that's the plot. That's the pilot, but it has 8 episodes. This ruthless killer goes to L.A. because something happened to his dad, and his dad got shot, and then he had to. They tried to kill him, but he's a born killer. He was trained to kill. But he has this brother that lived in L.A. And his mom left his dad, and she wanted to take both her boys, but she left the oldest boy with his dad. So his dad's some big type of kind of like I just say kind of gangster, but Oriental people, they don't use that type of stuff. So I'm just gonna call him a gangster, some type of. He has all these. He's involved in all this where he got all these certain groups that you have to watch the series is the best way I could say, because I was going to try to write stuff down, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to tell you guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is very good. Because I ain't gonna lie, I actually sit back and go, man, this got Michelle Yeoh in it, man. I said, it's going to be, because that last movie she was in, I can't think of the name of that movie where she was, going back and forth and through time and all that. But I thought that movie was horrible. Everybody loved that movie, and they had Michelle Yeoh in it. So I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be good. So I bought it, and I could not get into that movie at all. It was time travel and stuff like that, and it just that movie got an award. I think they got an Oscar for something. I was not impressed with that movie. So this had Michelle Yeoh in it. And I watched some of her early stuff when I used to get into a lot of martial arts movies. But my favorite martial arts movies, to be honest with you, due to my age, is Bruce Lee's movies. Now, there's a lot of martial arts movies I did watch afterwards, but after a while, I just got kind of burnt out on them. I was like, yeah, it's the same thing. They go over here, and then they're with this family, and this family's getting tormented by this. I used to tell everybody that, oh, man, you still should watch. I said, yeah, but it's the same old thing, man. So they picked all this up from Bruce Lee, man. Yeah, man, but watching this, yeah, it's the same thing. He went over here, somebody messed with this guy. They didn't know that he knew it, and he used all this kung fu on them and kicked their butt, and then he got involved, and he had to kill everybody. And he says people, I said, man, I'm burnt out on all those things. So that's why I give up on all these high-flying kick and raw and all that fancy stancing and all that kind of stuff, man, because I just got burnt out on it, man. Bruce was just awesome, but this, don't get me wrong, I know there's some good martial arts movies out there. I'm just burnt out on them. I've burnt myself out on them, and so I'm watching this and I'm sitting there going, I'm gonna give this a man. I started watching that first episode. Now I watched the second episode, but I was like, dang, I gotta go to sleep. What happened that I had to go to sleep, that I had to get up? I don't know what happened. Anyway, I fell asleep, and I wanted to stay up super, super late to watch them all. That's what happened, because I was on vacation. But what the problem is I got to keep my body clock in rhythm so I can keep having the same type of rhythm when I go back to work. So I didn't want to stay up too late, So I'm like, man, I want to watch all these, but I ain't gonna lie, I was hooked. The music selection in this thing and the music that they use, man, I caught myself, doing a little bit of like, hey, boy, that sounds good. Who sings that? I almost put my phone up because I got this app on my phone where it gets the sound of the it listens to whoever's singing. It'll tell you who's singing it. I ain't good, but man, whoever had the soundtrack in this was, I mean, there was a selection of the selection of music in this was awesome. But I'll read the first one is just called Pilot. First episode. Second episode is called Favor for Favor. And then the third episode is called Whatever You Want. And then episode 4 is Square. And then episode 5 is Rolodex. And episode 6 is Country Boy. But this young dude, man, that grew up in America, only thing I don't like about that is I noticed that a lot of Asian films project like Americans are weak, and we're not that damn weak, period. I mean, we may not be able to do all that kung fu flying and all that kind of stuff that y'all be doing over there. See, if I went over there to you guys' country, I would go over there and I would respect everything. I would go over there and look at all the buildings, and I would try the food, but there's no way in hell I would say that you guys are weak because I don't know if you're weak. But they always use that in that America made you soft. Okay, we're not that damn soft. I just don't like that. Don't get me wrong. We're pretty messed up over here. Some of the stuff I've seen the last 4 years. Don't get me wrong. We done lost our way, but we ain't all soft. But let's not throw that out there. I kept hearing that in this thing, and I'm like, okay. But anyway, the other one's called Square, but this is so brilliantly well balanced. It is so balanced. I mean, they was serious, but they had a lot of comedic stuff in here. But the problem is, how some people was trying to make something that's serious, but they put too much comedy in there. Then when they try to switch it up and to get back into serious, you don't take it serious because of the fact that they was too comedic, you know what I mean? So, but not this. This has such a balance. It is unreal how balanced this is. And the fight scenes and the choreograph, the way they did this was awesome. And the way they did some of the stuff with the mom and why she left Taiwan and how she couldn't take both boys and how the older brother is a hard ass. I mean, he that guy that played the older brother, man, good acting. There was nobody in this that was not good. And on top of that, just the way they made this story and the way they told the story and the way they tied everything in, it keeps you engaged. You don't get lost. You don't get anything. It's just, I'll read episode 2. Charles introduced brother to his unique line of work while trying to get rid of a body, but continues to be a moving target everywhere he goes. Episode 3 is when Bruce goes missing. Mama Son, that's what, the main character is. Mama Son and Charles drop in on a Mojang game and a seafood restaurant for answers. A common goal makes allies out of enemies. Square, hesitant to join the family business, Bruce vows to focus on school and improv. He likes doing improv. That was funny. But when a triad, which is one of the gang members from over in Taiwan, proves dangerous, the Sons are forced to pivot, which is another group called the Sons. You gotta watch this. This is really, really impressive. The Rolodex. And a fallout of the attacks, Bruce works hard to be a useful asset. Mama Son leverages her knowledge, which she really does. Works her knowledge and wounded Charles wakes up in a strange place. Pardon me. Country Boy. Ugh, so funny. Mama Son travels to Taiwan, and here's an upsetting news. She goes to Taiwan, and she goes visits everybody. And it's so cool how they did that. She took all these special gifts and handed to everybody. So good. I just don't like the fact that they talk about America being so soft. I'm like, man, get out of here with that, man. So we're not that daggone soft. I don't care for that. when I watched that movie with Disney, now I'm quite sure they didn't mean nothing about that, but they kept talking about he was soft. But I'm like, okay, all right, whatever. But other than that, this is just grade A, just methodic, just well. I mean, wow, this has got such a balance. But Country Boys, Mama's son travels to Taiwan and hears an upsetting news that she does, and that she'd been gone so long that she found out her sister died, and her mom had tell her, and she had been gone because she had split up with her husband because her husband is in all this stuff. But she's in on it too. A celebrity's holiday home provides a perfect safe house for the brothers. Bruce bonds with Grace. Grace is something else too. There's a little twist to Grace. I kept looking at Grace. I'm like, boy, you always seem to be always around, you know. And I read that one real well. I was like, and she ended up being a little. She was bad. She was a bad chick, man. She was tough. She acted like just a regular chick, but man, when you see her true colors, I was like, man, this chick is dangerous. Protect the family. The son's lives and legacy hangs in the balance of old wounds and hard truths come to light. Bruce makes a choice that could change the family forever. So this is the point where all the stuff really comes out. You know, the dad, he's slick. The mom's trying to be up on. She one-ups on the dad. The dad kind of one-ups on her. You gotta watch it. This is just top notch. Top notch. I'm talking top notch filmmaking, top notch entertainment, top notch, just well broke down, and how to make it serious, and how to throw in some comedic stuff, and how they show you certain things about that. I tell you what, man, they did a good job with this, man. Y'all folks need to put this on y'all's radar. I'm serious. This is just freaking just. This is extremely done well. I really like Charles is the main guy that does all the killing, and Charles is just freaking Michelle Yeoh and Justin Chin, and my God, you guys, this is just oh my God, this is really good. I was shocked how good it was. And you know what's cool about this though is I was watching this, man, and you know, the whole time I'm watching this, I'm still saying to myself, man, this was cool about this. Check this out. I'm sitting there saying to myself, something just don't seem right about this show. And besides them, America made you soft. I kept watching. I kept saying, there's something not right, and it dawned on me. They left this hanging. They did. It looked like it ended. It really did. It really looked like it ended. But they left this one hanging. And when they left it hanging, I was like, God, I was so into this. This was so freaking good. And I was like, dang. And then it showed all the credits. And then it went to this other spot. And I went to myself, said, I knew it. I knew there was something about this one. I'm not going to give it away, but I was like, So, I'm hoping that if this does well enough on Netflix, I hope Netflix greenlights a season 2, because this is just, and what I love about this was mostly all, you know, Asian people, and it showed other different people in the background, but it really focused on them and how they live and how they think and the stuff I felt like I was really living the life with them as they was in LA doing the things that was awesome. Extremely just, I mean, they could do away with that. America made you soft. We are not all soft over here. I don't like that at all. But other than that, this is A+. In spite of what I just said, this is A+, and A+, and more A+. God bless and take care. And we'll catch you in the next video. We'll see you. Sorry for so long, but this is just kicking. This is rocking.